to all of you. I am so excited to be here. This is Morgen Schick. I'm Morgen Schick, and I am excited to talk to you about all things your beauty, your image, how you roll through your life, if you're using everything you can possibly use to get the life you want, to get the love you want, to get the inspiration and live your most beautiful life ever. I have been a Ford model for 25 years. I wrote a book on how to do your own makeup, how to rock your best self. I had my own cosmetics line and on HSN for 11 years. And now I am writing and producing all of this great content, great if I don't say so myself, great content on how to never think that your best or most beautiful years are behind you. And a really big part of that is consistently caring about how you look, how you feel, how you wake up in the morning. And that is how I want the topic to be today, because when you wake up and you're inspired to look in the mirror and see whom you want to be. Do you want to be your most beautiful self, or do you look in the mirror and think, I am just getting through the day. I just want to get through this day. You are probably dealing with a lot of things that I think you have control in changing. You may be overwhelmed. You may be stressed out. You may be depressed. And that is why today's topic is recharge. Recharge your life. Recharge your makeup routine. Do it simple. Let's start simply. Recharge your mood. Recharge your friends. What do we need to recharge, and how do you know if you need to recharge? That is the greatest question. That is the question that you have to think deeply about, is if you need to recharge. And when you wake up in the morning and you've had regular 8 hours of sleep, and you know that I think that you must have 8 hours of sleep, and you need to find out a way how to get that 8 hours of sleep. I can tell you that I just had this happen to me, where I had a friend ask me if I wanted to do a girls' weekend. And I thought back and realized I have never had a girls' weekend since I met my husband in 1992. I've never picked up and gone with a friend, and I'm going to talk to you today about how you do that, how you do something as simple as get together with friends or one friend, and how it can recharge you. Because to be perfectly honest, I didn't think I needed that, because I am usually in a pretty good mood every single day. I wake up, I look in the mirror, and I think, the fact that I'm standing here is so much better than the alternative, meaning that you don't wake up in the morning, which would totally suck. But I choose every single day to start out in a great mood. I choose it. I look in the mirror and I choose it. And I don't, even if I'm not rocking my, I've got dark circles or I've got bags under my eyes, I look in the mirror and I choose that I'm going to be in a good mood. So I had this friend ask me if I wanted to go for for a weekend or just 2 days. And I was like, no. It's too much to plan. It's got, my kids, my husband. I feel too guilty leaving. I've never left my children before. And I can't do it. And I sat with it, and I realized that I was tired. And I kept saying that I was in a good mood every single day, but I was getting stressed much easier than I usually do. And it's the end of school, it's the end of the year, summer's coming, and I thought, you know what? I am going to suck it up, and I'm going to go with my girlfriend, and we are going to take 2 days just to hang out. And I felt like I had to explain this to everyone, which is one of your first mistakes. If you think that you need to recharge, you don't need to explain it to anyone. You just need to decide that you need to do it. And I also thought that my husband might think that, I'm wasting time, or, it's, I don't know, whatever, frivolous, expensive, all of those things that go through your mind, and I decided I'm going to do it. So I went away, and for the first 8 hours, I was totally stressed out because I wasn't sure if I left enough food in the refrigerator, or I had my kids picked up in time, or any of that kind of stuff. And I was I had a knot in my stomach. And then I got on a plane, and we did this as cheaply as we possibly could. We shared a room, and she's a really good friend, and we kind of rolled it with it that way. This was not about going and partying or doing anything like that. We're both very compatible. I actually think that's a very important thing for you to think about. If you decide to go away with one of your friends, make sure you both have the goals in mind with what you want to do. So my friend and I wanted to go running in the morning and eat healthfully and just talk and refill each other. And it was the greatest 24 hours I could have done for myself. Even though I was stressed out the first 8 hours, once I kind of let myself relax and knew that my husband or my friend who was picking up my kids or all of that kind of stuff, my kids would be fine, I got rid of the guilt, and then I could relax, and then I could disconnect. And the biggest thing I can think of is that when you have a friend or a sister or someone that you're around that fills you up, meaning that you can connect with, they are easy to be around, they're not stressful, they're not fighting with people, they're not entitled, meaning that everything has to be perfect in every single way. You can go to their house. You don't have to go to a hotel. You don't have to go on a trip. You can just pick somebody. You could just go in a room and check in with this person and make sure you have bounce back. And that is what I think is so important about taking the time to recharge. I helped her recharge her makeup. We went discount shopping to get some cheap things that we could just do, recharge our outfits. It doesn't have to be a big vacation. It can be a staycation. But what it has to do is recharge you so that when you rock your life in your regular daily churn of what your life is, you feel stronger. You feel more connected to what your goals are. You feel more beautiful when you look in the mirror. And I'm going to call this the Friend 48. Now, you may not have time to do 48 hours. You may only do 24 hours. But the Friend 48 is incredibly important because you will connect. You will realize that because you are a caregiver or because you are the friend that's always helping your friends, you are going to want to get yourself filled up. And what's interesting is that I think sometimes my husband thinks I'm wasting time when I talk to my girlfriends in the morning after we drop off, if we're on our speakerphones in our cars or whatever. I realize that I'm getting a daily drink of water or drink of coffee from my friends that helps me fill up and makes me excited about my day, or I bounce things off of. So I want you to think about that, and I also want you to call me. This is the Lifestyle Talk Radio Network, and I want you to call me at 888-454-3378. It's the Lifestyle Talk Radio Network, and it's 888-454-3378. Today we are talking about how to recharge your life. My next segment, we're going to talk about how to recharge your makeup. My next one is going to be how to recharge your mood and your wardrobe. So I want you to stay with me. If you've got questions about your makeup routine, about your skincare, about your aging, or about your girlfriends, I want you to call me, 888-454-3378. I'm Morgen Schick, and this is your time to get your questions answered. This is your time to bounce off some ideas about friendship, about your love life, about your job, about getting things you want. And the Friend 48, having time with your friends, can really help. All right, we'll be right back. Stay with us, 888-454-3378. I'm Morgen Schick, and this is the Lifestyle Talk Radio Network. We will be back in a few minutes, but get your call started and come in and ask your questions about beauty, about girlfriends, about connecting, about anti-aging. It's all here for you. We'll be right back. Hi, welcome back. This is Morgen Schick, and I'm so excited to have you guys here today because this is an opportunity for you to look in the mirror every single day and know that you are leaving nothing on the table. You are going to be committed to have your image connect with how you feel about yourself. Your image is so important. I've said this a million times. It's so important to be a kind, good, generous person. But we live in a visual society, so if you want to rock the life you want, and you are fully capable of, you need to care about the image you are showing the world. And that means, brushing your hair, cleaning your teeth, making your skin as beautiful as possible, wearing clothes that they don't have to be new, they just have to be polished. They have to be ironed perfectly, whatever it is. But you also need to know when you have to recharge all of these things. So today we are talking about recharging your life and recharging your makeup. If you are using heavy makeup from winter, then I want you to lighten everything up right now. I want you to use soft browns instead of black. Use soft corals instead of red. Go lighter on everything so you can just kind of recharge yourself. I also want you to have perspective on what is important in your life. My mother is here right now with me from California, and I realize that having my mom here gives me perspective. I won't waste time doing things when I know I could be with her. I will, things that I will let suck the energy out of me during my regular day, because I have limited time with my mother, I won't do any of these things so I can just spend time with her. I actually don't want her to go back yet because I want to spend more time with her, and I think that is so important to have that kind of recharging energy for her, because she takes care of my dad and she takes care of all of these other people, and I want her to be able to recharge so she can get more out of her life. So I want you to keep that tip. If you need to recharge your makeup, I want you to go lighter. If you want to recharge your mood, I want you to find people that give you the energy you give to them, bounce back to you. No more energy-sucking friends, no more energy-sucking. You need to keep perspective so you get the energy you need to get you through your day. Okay, I want to take a phone call. This is Jerry. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Hi, Jerry. How are you today?
How are you? I'm good.
Jerry, does anybody suck the life out of you during your day?
Of course. Well, at least they try.
At least you try. What is your number one tip for not letting them suck the life out of you? Do you know?
For not letting them suck the life out of me? Ignore people.
Ignore them.
I mean, it's hard to do that. I have a temper. So someone says the wrong thing to me or rub me the wrong way, I'm ready to flip and go off. But I've learned, especially dealing within a corporate world, like working around people, you have to get used to dealing with people because most people are, I can't say it on the radio, but a-holes. So, you have to learn how to deal with people. And what I do is I just walk away. I just try to ignore people and I just walk away. I breathe. I do a breathing exercise. inhale, exhale, count or something, you know, something stupid, but something to take my mind off the stupidity that someone has done and just walk away.
Well, it's not stupid at all if you can actually do that. You know how, as they said when you were raising kids or whatever, that you need to be able to count to 10 to kind of disengage. I think that's the hardest thing I've ever had to do when my kids really upset me, is to count to 10, so I don't just react. It's like the longest 10 seconds of my life. But I'm so glad that you have those strategies, because I think that it can be so stressful to be, especially in a work environment like that. So good for you for knowing some strategies. Okay, what is your question for me today?
Okay, so growing up, I always thought like makeup and stuff was for just ugly people. But I realized that makeup is really an enhancement. You know, mascara enhances your eyes, lashes, and things of that nature. So growing up, I didn't have bad skin, but I get pimples like under my chin, like on the, like underneath, like between the neck area and the chin.
Yep.
So my face is clear, and I'm very fair skinned. So once these pimples come, I bust them, and they leave like these black marks.
Yes.
And I'm not a makeup person. I don't wake up and I don't throw makeup on every day. But I notice that when I'm talking to people, that's kind of where their attention goes, is right there. So I'm wondering, what can I do to cover it up, or, you know, possibly go away or something, because, you know, I think I'm a pretty girl. You know, I have very fair skin, so the marks are really, like, visible.
Okay, so what this is scarring. First of all, I want to, the number one thing, if you've got pimples that are were always in a similar place, it was probably because you were holding your phone on your chin, or touching your chin, or your hair was hitting your chin. Because when you've got pimples that are usually in a general area, it is actually environmental. You have touched something, bacteria, to that area. So you need to stop. You can never touch your face again. I don't want you, if you've got an itch on your face, you're going to use a Kleenex, or you're going to use the side of your shirt or whatever. Do not touch your face, because if you got one pimple there, you probably spread it by popping it. So no more touching your face, 100%. Secondly, when you've got skin lightening issues that you need done, there are many over-the-counter hydroquinone skin lightening treatments now that are fantastic for spot lightening. You can get them at any drugstore, very easy to use. Just take a Q-tip, put it on, and over the next month or so, you will see that begin to lighten. Okay? Then only use an oil-free concealer with either a clean finger or a clean brush to tap to cover those dark spots. But you must never touch your face again, because that is why you're spreading them, and that is why you continue to have them, because it's localized. That tells me that you're doing it to you. Okay? Okay. And I'm so proud of you. That's a very good question. I think a lot of people say, I've got pimples on my chin, I've got pimples on my neck, I've got pimples on my, cheekbone from a blush brush. We are doing it to ourselves. Lighten them up. Do not allow yourself to get scars. And have great de-stressing techniques, because a lot of times when you're stressed out, you will pick at your face because of the stress.
And I wear false nails. Is that an issue too?
What?
I wear false nails. Is that an issue too with picking my face?
I didn't hear the first part.
The false nails. I wear like an overlay over my nails, and they're pretty long. Tons of bacteria underneath the false nails. Tons of bacteria. Don't touch your face. Don't touch your face. Don't touch your face. I'll say it 1,000 times. But thank you, Jerry, Thank you so much for calling. That's a great tip. No fault. Lots of bacteria underneath your nails. We'll be right back. 888-454-3378. This is Morgen Schick. Call me with your questions. And Lifestyle Talk Radio Network will be right back. De-stress your life. Recharge your life. Come back to me.
Breathe it in, kid.
Hi, welcome back. I'm Morgen Schick, And this is the Lifestyle Talk Radio Network. I'm at 888-454-3378, 888-454-3378. As a Ford model for 25 years, a makeup artist, an author, and making my own cosmetic line on the HSN network for 11 years, I was obsessed with having you look your most polished, most beautiful self without looking like you are wearing so much makeup. Well, I wanted you to just look like this refreshed version of yourself every single day. That was my goal. It is why I made makeup. It is why I write books. It is basically every piece of advice I give you is so you look like you're not trying hard at all to be the most beautiful, youngest version of yourself, happy in your life, getting what you want, getting the love you want, getting the job you want, rocking your best self. That is my goal. So within that, today's topic is about recharging yourself, using friends, using family, using whatever it is to recharge your mood, your makeup, your clothing. I just went on a weekend. I've never taken any time off away from my husband or my kids before to just do a girl weekend. I didn't even do a bachelorette party. I did nothing. And I finally did it after being with my husband for like 22 years. I finally did it, and my 12-year-old and my 10-year-old. And it recharged me in such a way that I never thought I would want to recommend this to you as a part of recharging your mood. I feel so much better about the summer, about doing stuff with my kids, about doing a weekend away with my husband now, because I let myself get bounce back from my friend, just like talking, magazines, just discount shopping. It was awesome. So I want you to think about trying to connect with your friends or someone who gives you that energy bounce back, not allowing people to suck the life out of you every day, and know that you will always remain in a great mood. It doesn't happen. You need some bounce back, okay? So I want you to consider that. Think about taking some time out, even if it's just lunch with your friends or an overnight or whatever it is. Take some time for you to have a recharge. I wanted to take Carrie. Carrie, are you with me?
Yes, I am.
Hi, Carrie. What's your
How
question
are you?
today? I'm fine, thank you. Thank you so much for calling. I'm dying to hear. What's your question?
Okay, my question is, when using makeup with SPF, do you still need to use sunscreen?
That's a fantastic question, because you know that we have a very depleted ozone, so people are getting sunburn, melanoma, all of these horrible consequences from a lot of sun. So sunscreen in your daily life is very important. Let me ask you a question. What type, are you talking about a liquid foundation that has an SPF in it, or are you talking about using concealers that are just thicker so you know that they're covering?
A liquid foundation.
Okay. I'm sad to tell you that you have to use both.
Okay.
And I will tell you why. An SPF in a makeup, I think, is a waste of time. I actually would tell you to just wear your SPF with mixing. If you're going to use an SPF, use it as a moisturizer, not as the makeup. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Because SPF only works for about 4 hours. So if you put SPF on that's mixed in your makeup, you have to reapply your makeup in about 4 hours. Okay?
Yeah, I was noticing that I was still kind of getting burnt on my face, and I was wondering if you're supposed to do both, or how you would kind of put it on without looking overdone.
Exactly. So I have a very important tip for you. I want you to find an SPF that's in your moisturizer. And then instead of using a liquid foundation, I want you to use have you ever seen pan makeup? So concealers that are in like a little pan? Or
yeah.
or a makeup that is just flat. It's not in a liquid. It's not in a tube. It's something that you would have to use with either with your fingers or a sponge to put on your face.
Okay.
But it would be like looking like a concealer, but we're really using it as a makeup. And here's why. The biggest ingredient in a pan makeup is titanium oxides. That is what a physical SPF is made of. Are you with me?
Yeah, I understand.
So, okay, you know in the old days they used zinc oxide. Zinc oxide is what everybody used for SPF.
Well, that's what my mother would say.
Exactly. Zinc oxide is what they make makeup out of.
Okay.
But when you use it in a foundation, it is diluted with water. If you use it in a pan, you are getting a physical block of SPF on your skin in your makeup.
Wow, okay.
They are not allowed to tell you in the makeup world that SPF is in your makeup because it hasn't been added as a sunscreen. But the makeup that I created for HSN was designed with titanium oxide as the base. That's what they use as the base for coverage, and it is a sunscreen. Although I never said it was a sunscreen because you'd have to go through all of these like silly sunscreen FDA things.
Right.
You have to. It's all about just getting it designed as a sunscreen, but it is literally the exact same ingredient.
Okay.
Titanium oxides. Oxides are what are physical SPF. So you're going to just take your moisturizer that has an SPF in it. So now you're going to have 30, and it's going to last for 4 to 8 hours. Then you are going to, instead of using a liquid foundation, you're just going to take a little bit of concealer, one that matches your face, one that is one shade lighter for underneath your eyes, and you are going to just cover what you need to cover. And then, because there's no liquid being absorbed into your body or into your face, you will probably not need to reapply later because a pan makeup is just going to stay better because there's no water in it.
Right.
Does that make sense to you?
Yes, it does.
This is one of my biggest pet peeves is wearing liquid foundation because it just your body soaks it right in. So if you're using a liquid foundation because you want your SPF, understand that your body's just absorbing that SPF just like it's absorbing your foundation. That's why you don't feel. That's why you Carrie, you're still getting sunburn.
Yeah, I've definitely noticed.
And it's so important. I got to tell you right now, I'm so excited that you are using SPF and then that you are concerned about the sun because the sun you're growing up with is not the same sun that I grew up with. So I really want to make sure that you understand and everyone else out there listening understands how important it is for you to have SPF on your skin every single day.
Yeah,
now,
thank you.
You're welcome. How old are you?
24.
That's what I figured. You sounded really young. So you've got a lot. So you taking the time now to get involved with how you're aging, with how you're taking care of your skin, is the greatest gift you will ever give to your future self.
Yeah, and I definitely take it into consideration.
I'm so proud of you, and that will keep you looking young. The theme of all of my shows, of all of my books, of everything is consistently caring about how you look gives you the life that you want. So I want to thank you so much for that, and I want everyone else out there to hear that what you're doing, Carrie, is you are using SPF in your moisturizer, and then you are using a pan makeup or concealer that's in a flat pan that has no water in it to give yourself coverage for your makeup, but it's also adding SPF on your skin every single day that's not going to be absorbed by your skin.
Correct. Take care of your skin now.
Thank you. Take care of your skin now. You are awesome. All right. Thank you, Carrie, for calling. Everybody, this is the Lifestyle Talk Radio Network, 888-454-3378. In our next segment, I'm going to talk about how you can do some other quick recharging tips, and we will also talk about some sun care for this summer. We've got summer coming up, so stay with me. We'll be right back. This is the Lifestyle Talk Radio Network, and I'm Morgen Schick. Welcome back. This is Morgen Schick, and this is the Lifestyle Talk Radio Network. Call me at 888-454-3378. This is your chance and our chance to be the most beautiful version of what our potential is. So I believe anyone could be a model, could be a celebrity, could be someone on a red carpet, if you know how to rock your best self. But rocking your best self is not just about what is the best haircut for you, what is the easiest way for you to, let's see, I think we had a caller today about talking about dark spots on their face. How do you get rid of old acne scars? Or sunscreen. How do you reapply sunscreen throughout the day? And I did want to add to Carrie, who called on our last segment, that there are also new water vapor sprays that are just water that you can put on sunscreen on top of your old sunscreen that you had on during the day, because remember, sunscreen has to be reapplied, okay? So I want you to think about that, how you are reapplying your sunscreen throughout the day. So there are new mists, water mists, that have sunscreen in them. But when we're talking about rocking your best self, it is also very important to know that you have a support system. So that could be your mother, that could be your sister, that could be your friends. But you've got to use them and make sure that you are not always the one filling everybody else up. I need you to stop and think, who is filling you up during your day? Who can you call for 5 minutes, or who can you go away with for a weekend? A friend who is going to recharge your life, who is going to make everything a little funnier, who is going to be the one you can go to the movies with and laugh through, the one that you can go out to dinner with. I know that we are committed to our families and our spouses and all of that, but you have to be able to recharge yourself, or you will just be so depleted that you will not be able to rock your best life. And I need you to do both. We live in a visual society, so I want you to be your most beautiful and your youngest and your most polished version of yourself, so you get the job you want and the spouse you want, the commitments you want, but you also have to have that recharging factor. And I have a couple girlfriends that I can call, or my sister or my mother, that every day when I'm depleted, I get bounce back. That means that everybody cannot suck the life out of you. You've got to let go of people that are constantly calling you to be in a good mood, and you need to find some people that you can call to be in a good mood, okay? I am super excited. I want to, we have Jerica. Jerica, are you on hold with me? Hello? Jerica, are you there? Okay, I think, Jerica, are you there? I think we lost Jerica, but listen, Jerica had a question for me, and I want to talk about her question. Maybe she can still hear me out there, but she's saying that she has three different colors of shades on her face, and she wants to know how she can get the best foundation. This is a fantastic question because nobody has all the same skin color. It's just like everybody has combination skin. some people say, well, I've got dry skin, or well, I've got oily skin. Well, you probably have different parts of oily or different parts of dry, in the same way that we all need different colors for our skin. And if you use only one foundation, you are never brightening up the darker parts of your skin. Okay? Because under your eyes, you're going to be darker because the skin is thinner, so you're going to see darkness of even whether it's melasma or just the thinner skin showing your veins through the under eye parts of your eye, or your eyes have redness on your lids. You need to have several different colors. That's why I say do not use one foundation. Use two different type colors of concealer. One concealer that matches your skin perfectly, let's say on your jawline, and one concealer that matches your under eye, that brightens up your under eye, or around your nose where we've got darkness, or around your mouth where you've got darkness. So in answer to Jerica's question is that she's never going to find one foundation, because that will never brighten up the shadows on your face that your own bone structure casts. I want you to think about that. We are not flat. Our faces are not flat. You cannot use one coat of paint all over your face if you want to look brighter. If you want to have even skin tone, it's not going to be with one foundation. I think we might have gotten Jerica back. Jerica, are you back?
Yes, I'm here.
Hi, did you hear me answer your question?
I just heard a little bit of it.
Okay.
Saying don't use one foundation, use more than one, which is really good.
And you don't even know, there are so many great brands out there that are concealers or pan makeup that have two different colors. You're going to want to get one shade lighter than your under eye, and then you're going to want to match your jawline or your forehead. Those are the areas of your face where you get the most sun.
Okay.
And then you're going to want to brighten up around your nose and around your mouth, which is where we have natural darkness. Sometimes we get melasma there. And then you're going to want to lighten up the areas underneath your eyes and in your eye socket. It will never happen. You will always remain darker around your eyes and around your mouth area. So using one foundation doesn't make any sense, and I don't know why anyone buys just one.
Yeah, that was really hard for me, especially around my mouth. It's just like so dark, and it's nothing I can do to make it a little bit lighter.
One shade lighter concealer, oil-free concealer, one shade lighter. It will lighten it up. Tap your fingers, make sure they're clean. Tap it, blend it, and you will see an even-toned skin just by lightening up those areas. All right, Jerica, I'm so sorry it took us longer to get you back, but I hope that if you can replay the show on Lifestyle Talk Radio Network or on YouTube, Morgen Schick. MorgenSchick. Thank you so much for your calls today, you guys. Recharge your life. It's so important. I will see you next time. I'm Morgen Schick. This is the Lifestyle Talk Radio Network. Have the best week ever. And don't forget, recharge your makeup, recharge your mood. Take care of you so you can take care of everyone else and be your most beautiful self. I'll see you next time.